I'm ready. What up? Let's get to it. So it's very apparent that the Minnesota Vikings believe in Sam Darnold, correct? Oh, yeah, it's very apparent that the Minnesota Vikings believe in Sam Darnold. Matter of fact, the Vikings believe it's untapped potential there. It's untapped potential there. You hear me? And that's not surprising. That's not shocking. Even though it's questions about J.J. McCarthy's accuracy, ain't nobody going to come out and say it. But it's some questions about J.J. McCarthy's accuracy. But at the end of the day, the Minnesota Vikings believe Sam Darnold has untapped potential, which they should, because let's be real about it. Like I've said over and over again, Sam Darnold, he's been on horrible teams, piss poor teams. Now, he played with the Niners, but he really didn't get no PT, you hear me? No, he really didn't get no PT, you hear me? Hands down, man down, bottom line. He didn't get no PT, dog. And at the end of the day, he's never had no weapons, especially weapons of J.J. Jetta's caliber. You hear me? Jets, you hear me? Jordan Addison, et cetera, et cetera. T.J. Hawkinson, he's never had weapons across the board. Aaron Jones, he's never worked with a QB whisperer. You hear me? A great coach, et cetera, et cetera. Now, Kevin O'Connell still has to prove his greatness, prove that he's a quarterback whisperer, prove that he can coach a full 4 quarters. You hear me? Prove that he can win and continue to win. Like I said in previous videos, this season about progress. This season is about progress. You hear me? I think the Vikings should make the playoffs. They're a better team overall, defensively, definitely a better squad. So I feel like if they don't make the playoffs, it's a horrible season. It's a lose season, dog. In my opinion, heavy. It's about progress getting better, not regressing, You hear me? So the fact they believe in Sam Darnold, KOC believes in Sam Darnold, and they see untapped potential there, I'm not mad at it. Like I say, Sam Darnold could ball. Sam Darnold could ball heavy. You hear me? Don't be shocked if Sam Darnold comes out and balls. A true vet, only 26, 27, been in the league. He has experience. Now you put him with great weapons. You put him with a great coach under a great coaching staff. You hear me? The sky's the limit. Matter of fact, there's no limit. So yes, it could be a lot of untapped potential there. You hear me? Oh yeah, a lot of untapped potential there, man. No cap. I'm rooting for Darnold. I'm rooting for JJ. May the best man be on the field. May the best man be on the field. And like I say, if he has a breakout season, we could look at compare it similar kind of to Baker Mayfield, the season he had. He got that big contract finally, taking full advantage of his opportunity, stepping in, showing out, You hear me? That's what it's about, dog. Hands down, man down. That's what it's about. You hear me? Yeah, bottom line, dog. That's what it's about for real. Heavy, dog. So at the end of the day, if Sam Darnold does have untapped potential, if he comes in and balls out, if he puts on a show, if he's better than what people think he is, you hear me? That's a win for the Vikings. That's a win for the Vikings, dog. Hands down, man down. You hear me? Give me 1 second. But yeah, let's just get into this article real quick, man. We must get into this article because, the beat writers, the newscasters, the reporters, etc. Let's just see what they have to say about Sam Darnold. You hear me? But KOC is the main one, that comes out and says, hey, this and that and this and that. You hear me? So KOC really believes in Sam Darnold if that's the case. I mean, they signed him for a reason. Correct? You hear me? Oh, yeah, they signed a man for a reason. You hear me? Yeah, if they didn't believe in him, if they didn't think anything special was there, they wouldn't have brought him in a building. You hear me? Yeah, they wouldn't have brought him in a building, hands down, man down. But at the end of the day, it is a competition. Like I've said numerous times, it is a competition. But Sam Darnold is evident that he is the starting QB, and the Vikings believe in him. You dig me? You hear me? You get my drift? Hands down, man down. Let's get into this article, man. And yes, untapped potential could be there. Let's get into it. NFL rumors. Vikings feel Darnold has untapped potential. McCarthy QB2 indefinitely. Wow, indefinitely? That means indefinitely. You know what indefinitely means. It's no questions asked. Sam Darnold is the guy. Is that bad? We got to see how it pans out, how it turns out. Let's get into it. The Minnesota Vikings reportedly believe quarterback Sam Darnold has yet to reach his ceiling at the NFL. Makes sense. During an appearance Saturday on SportsCenter, ESPN NFL insider Jeremy Fowler discussed the Vikings' feelings on Darnold and their desire for him to begin the 2024 season as the starter with the rookie first-round pick J.J. McCarthy serving as a backup. You hear me? Right now, McCarthy not even a backup. He's behind Mullins. He's behind Hall. What's the issue? What's the deal? You hear me? The Vikings believe that there is untapped potential here, that there is a lot of ability. He's never had a supporting cast quite like this. That's facts. That's facts. Like I say, never had Jettis, never had Addison, never had Hawkinson, never had a great coach or a coach of KOC's caliber. Now you can argue Kyle Shanahan, he's a great coach in his own right, but is he a QB whisperer like KOC claims or portrays to be? We will see. So they believe he can not only start games, but potentially thrive if everything goes well. So their plan would be to sit JJ McCarthy, understood, to an unknown amount of games, whether it's a full season, or many games that they believe he can earn a high volume passing system. But my bad. However many games that they believe he can learn a high volume passing system behind the scenes, at least for a little bit, will be good for him. Facts, Let him soak it in. Let him soak it up. Let him learn the game. Let him learn the game. But you can't sleep on Darnold, though. Darnold was once a highly touted young signal caller like McCarthy, as the New York Jets took him with the number 3 overall pick in the 2018 NFL draft. We can't forget he was a number 1 pick, dog. Still young, still in his prime, as they love to say. Put age in there, even though age don't really matter. Really a number, dog. If you're still producing, if you still balling, what do it matter? You hear me? But we can throw that in there. Still young, 26, 27, a lot to prove. Still, though, he's really still developing. You hear me? However, after he went just 13-25 as a starter and threw 45 touchdown passes compared to 39 interceptions over 3 seasons, Darnold was traded to the Carolina Panthers, where the Jets were trash and the Panthers were trash. Can you really talk about it? Can you really, is that really your fair shot, a fair deal? Hell to the no. Darnold once again failed to produce results that were any better than mediocre, though going 8-9 and throwing 16 touchdowns and 16 interceptions in 2 seasons. Last season, Darnold served as the San Francisco 49ers backup behind Brock Purdy, making only 1 start because Purdy was hurt, which he lost. After the Vikings lost veteran quarterback Kirk Cousins to the Atlanta Falcons in free agency, they signed Darnold to a 1-year, $10 million contract in hopes that he could either serve as a 1-year bridge or possibly tap into the potential he wasn't able to reach in 3 previous stops. You never know. You never know. Change of scenery could mean everything. Change of scenery could mean everything. You hear me? To Fowler's point, Darnold will have far better offensive weapons at his disposal in Minnesota than he did in New York or Carolina. Facts. They were trash ass. Head coach was ass trash. Led by wide receivers Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison, running back Aaron Jones, and tight end TJ Hawkinson, if he comes back, if he plays this season. You hear me? Although Hawkinson is likely to miss some time at the start of the 2024 campaign after tearing his ACL late last season. If the Vikings can get solid play out of Darnold, it would be an ideal scenario. It would allow the 21-year-old McCarthy to sit and learn before getting thrown into the mix. Facts. What will they do? That is a strategy that has worked well for the Vikings' NFC North rivals in the Green Bay Packers, who had both Aaron Jones, Aaron Rodgers, and Jordan Love serve as backups for multiple years before becoming the starter. And they each hit the ground running. Facts. Jordan Love is balling. Jordan Love is balling. I don't like the Swiss cheese heads, but Jordan Love is balling. No denying respect. The Vikings used the number 10 overall pick on McCarthy after he helped lead Michigan to a perfect season and a national championship in 2023. But there are still major question marks surrounding him. Facts, accuracy, heavy. No denying it, baby. A lot of questions. He's unproven. He's unproven. No disrespect. The man is unproven. McCarthy benefited from an elite running game and defense in Michigan. Facts. So he only had to throw for 2,991 yards, although he completed 72.3% of his passes for 22 touchdowns and just 4 interceptions. Some seasoning could serve McCarthy well. Facts. And if Darnold proves to be a fit for head coach Kevin O'Connell's offense, the Vikings have a chance to play winning football while allowing McCarthy to develop from the sidelines. No cap. And that's what it is, man. Like I say, you hear me? Like I say, man, I'm not shocked. I'm not surprised. That's why they brung Darnold in. Huh? To shake it up. Kevin O'Connell, Quasi, I'm sure they sat back, had real conversations like, hey, untapped potential there. He's had no weapons. He's been around trash coaches. You got to question the development, his development. Has he really got 100% time put into him? Coaches catering to him, you hear me? Working on his strengths, improving his strengths, working on his weaknesses, you hear me? So it makes a lot of sense that the Vikings feel like it's untapped potential. That's normal. That's the obvious, dog. We know as fans, you hear me? If you know football, a true fan, looking at Darnold, watching his game, watching his film, a lot of untapped potential, a lot of untapped potential. You hear me? You dig me? You get my drift, big SKOL head. Yeah, man. So I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked. I hope he balls out heavy, period, point blank. It's a win for the Vikes. It's a win for the Vikes. You hear me? But let me know how you feel about it, man. You agree or disagree? Do you feel like Darnold has untapped potential, man? Is he that guy? Is he that guy? Let me know. Fire them comments up, man. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. You hear me? Feedback is much appreciated, man. Takes less than 1 second. Support the grind. Support the channel. You hear me? Big SKOL here. SKOL Vikes forever. Win, lose, or draw, man. Heavy. Yeah.